Hi, have you wondered how do I get started when I want to make my own Christmas cards, but I've got a limited time, limited energy, and limited budget? Well, let me show you how. This is Jamie with gettingcrafty.net. Today, we're going to create up to 20 handmade Christmas cards in a matter of minutes, and you can too. No skills required. This is going to be so fun where you can deliver a handcrafted card that's fun, festive, and fabulous, right for everybody on your shopping list. It's a wonderful way to send some cards the holiday season and deliver some happy mail to the people that you maybe don't see on a regular basis. This is Jamie with gettingcrafty.net. In today's basics of stamping, we're going to do how do you get started making quick and easy Christmas cards that still deliver a wow. Let's go ahead with the Wonder of the Season collection right here, and we're going to get started. Let's start now. In grabbing our beautiful collection of Wonder of the Season note cards, and look at these. First of all, can we start with, when you have a note card that makes it easy to create, this is the way to go. Not only does it come with a beautiful envelope liner to go inside of the coordinating card envelopes, you don't have to take any effort to create. These beautiful envelopes match your cards, note cards perfectly for an easy crafted project. If you were to open your mail and receive this beautiful handmade card, you'd stop and pause and wonder who cares about you this much. These cards are also large enough that you can easily fit a photo of the family or your pets in there and deliver a little cheer. I don't know about you, but it's the one time a year I like to get a whole family photo and send it to those that we care about. This Memory and More note cards comes with 20 note cards and coordinating envelopes. That's 20 quick cards you can create while you're in the middle of waiting for dinner to cook, while you're watching a TV episode, in between doing your dishes or chores, or just when you have a few minutes to spare. And I'm all about a few minutes to spare. I encourage you to grab these cards and this stunning Wonder of the Season Memory and More note cards. This note card collection is only $12. It's item number 153538, 153538, and it includes these gorgeous, gorgeous die cuts that are adhesive backed and seasonal. You don't even have to stamp for this whole collection. It's wonderful. You can see I got started. I want to show you some of the cards that we got created, and then we're going to create some together now. With 48 beautiful Memory More cards, you can use these for scrapbooking. You can use these for a advent calendar countdown. Hello, look at that. That's like the perfect advent calendar countdown. But this is more of a great way to get started. If you're wondering how to make Christmas cards wow and quick, here you go. They're all double-sided. Look at this. You can have a Santa's wish list, a note card for family and friends, and there is a lot of them in here. May you never grow too old to search the skies for Christmas Eve. I love that, don't you? And because they're double-sided, you have a lot of options in this whole collection. You can't get bored creating like this. It can be basic or wow. So with 48 here, all these gorgeous die cuts, I mean, hello, and the Memory and More envelopes and note cards for the Wonder of the Season collection, that's item number 153539, we're going to hop into creating right away. Let me show you some of the pretty cards I did and what you might want to do and add on. So I encourage you to have some Stampin' Dimensional adhesive. Stampin' Dimensional adhesive is all you need to get started. You don't have to be an advanced crafter to deliver a beautiful handmade card. The Stampin' Dimensionals are item number 140430. They come with over 300 of these puffy dimensionals. They're adhesive on the outside, as you can see, will peel back, and they're adhesive on the side that faces this. There's no muss, no fuss. All you need is a little trash cup nearby. I love when a project comes together, but how about if I could take the project up a notch? These wonderful coordinating wonderful gems, that's what they're called, are gold flecked inside of the clear here as well as the red. They are item number 153536. And with over 100 gems on these sheets, you can create over and over again and deliver a little wow. These are designed to match perfectly, so it's like an accessory that's picked out for you. You don't have to think about it, and you can deliver a lot of wow. We're going to be incorporating this in the kit, and when you do that, I highly recommend that you grab one of our take your pick tools. It doesn't come in this little carrier, but I put it in here so I can always find it. I have a trimmer in my hand, and so because I do, I use the take your pick tool, but even if you don't, you'll find really quickly that it does the job for you. And anything that does the job for me and makes my life easier in crafting or any area, I'm all over it. So let's go ahead and show you some of the beautiful creations that I made recently. So here, using this gorgeous foil, red foil, look at that. It's so beautiful. And the Believe from the die cut. We use the star. We use one of these Memory and More cards. We popped it up on a dimensional and it's ready to go. You have a great space that you can incorporate a picture from your family or your pets. It's so easy. So it is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. That is so great because you can put a 4 by 6 picture inside and you're ready to go. I love to use a nice gel Sharpie or permanent marker in a metallic color and write on the back of our family photos so that they can go in there. Having lost my grandparents in the last few years and then my parents, I love to go through the photos and I can't always remember what year something is taken. So take the time to note the back of your envelopes or your pictures, I mean. We wish you a wonderful Christmas. Look at all that gold foil. It's perfectly done. It doesn't have to think at all. You can address the inside if you want to. Look at this here. We're incorporating that gorgeous little reindeer, some beautiful burrows in the back, bows, I think is what they're called, and a great little greeting right there. It's all designed to perfectly coordinate, but when you have this red foil frame, it's so much fun to incorporate that for some fun, fabulous, and fancy crafting with no effort. Sending you wishes from the North Pole, and then Wonder is where I added the Wonder die cut across that note card and put it on the front of this. Easy peasy, and it looks like it's perfectly coordinated. Here, lots of foil will deliver lots of wow. Incorporating one larger note card and then 2 smallers and a die cut. So easy, no thinking, and I feel like I went and did something fancy with little effort. This here as well is another die cut that goes on top. These are already adhesive backed. You don't even need to think about it. And look at that gorgeous sleigh. I've always wanted to write in a sleigh. This is another Memory and More note card with some gorgeous little die cuts on the front. Wishing you wonder. We added those in with this little embellishment here. And here we have joy and let your heart be light. I adore it. So let's go ahead and create some more right now. The great thing with these is you don't have to think. The whole packet comes coordinated. Repeat with me. I don't have to think. I can just create. And it's fun when you can create without that pressure. So we're going to grab a couple of these note cards. If it were me and you were getting ready to start creating for your holiday cards, we're running out of time, folks. Let's hop on that. This is how I would do it. I would grab I encourage everybody to have a nice bone folder. So let me grab mine. I love Stampin' Up's bone folders. They last forever. I've been doing Stampin' Up for over 15 years, and I love the fact that they make my crafting easy. Now, if you're like me and you're just getting started, that's not me, but if you were like me and you're short on time and you want easy crafting, I like to prep my cards. It's kind of like when I'm cooking, I try to prep all the ingredients before I hop into the actual cooking. I pair up the corners, I give it a little pinch. I highly recommend washing your hands before you go crafting because you'll be surprised at what you might have on your hands with oils or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fold and get these cards all prepared using my bone folder. I also use the bone folder across the back of the card so that it doesn't leave a shiny impression on the front of it. So if you were to look up close and personal, you might see that it's shiny right on the end. And it's just one of those little things that takes it away from the beautiful project. So let's go ahead and create that now. Okay, can we talk about how much I love easy prep? I'm a mom of 6. My youngest 4 I homeschool, and we have a goat farm here in Thousand Oaks, California. It's a lot, and I'm blessed. I love it. But I need things to be quick and coordinated so I don't have to think. One of the things I do is when I'm cooking, I prepare my packets. So I take all of my envelopes, and yes, I used a bone folder on them. Believe it or not, it will make your envelopes lay flatter and it goes better into the post. I grab a little box. This is just a little box that's square. I believe it is, let's take a look. I think it's 6 by 6. So I'm gonna grab the box. I'm gonna grab and put that to the side. We're gonna put all this aside. I'm gonna show you how I prepare and how we're gonna go ahead and create. So I grab my mailing labels, and you can see here, I'm just gonna throw some mailing labels in there. Then I'm gonna grab some of my postage. I throw my postage inside, and then I place the envelopes on top. Boom. Remember all those completed cards? I like to see the victory of what I do. So I'm gonna throw them in here. And then we have all the prep to do. So I'm gonna get all of my prep together. I like to keep my die cutting sheets a little bit separate. So I put them on top. And then I grab my cards that are left over. I put these in here just like so. I put the Memory and More note cards in the front. If they're gonna be using embellishments, I grab that. And I grab my adhesives. Now, whenever I have a spare moment, I'm ready to go with a complete packet on how to mail. And as I complete them, I just pop them in the back and I see the victory grow. That's the way I go. I like to see my work progress. But right now, I'm gonna pull this front packet out. And I reuse that box for birthday cards. I reuse simple boxes like that all year long. So we're gonna set aside the Stampin' Dimensionals and the wonderful gems, and we're gonna highlight this beautiful collection of cards. So grabbing very quickly one of the Memory and More cards, just like so. And we're going to go ahead and grab a beautiful note card. Now I thought we could go wow and fancy right from the start. So let's take a look. All of these note cards are back at double-sided. So we're gonna look here. And you can see here how easy it is to create a gorgeous card. I'm gonna do one of those. Let's take a look. Sometimes I'm just not feeling something, and that's the great thing with this, is that you can create really easily without thinking. Wishing you a holiday cheer this season, right there. You can send somebody their Christmas wish list. How great would this be? Have your children or grandchildren fill out a little note that they can send to Grandma and Grandpa to show that they care. These are the kinds of things grandparents love. They can put a little ribbon on it and hang it on their Christmas tree. I love that. And oh, look at that tree. I love a Christmas tree. My grandmother had a noble fir growing up, and I used to sleep under the Christmas tree. And I was telling my cousin Joni about that, and how, surprisingly enough, we just saw a shirt recently that said, my family should know that I'm their Christmas gift. And I thought, that's perfect. I was my grandparents' Christmas gift. There you go. So let's go ahead and grab this here. I've just picked out a handful of what I want to create with. And then I'm going to grab out some bases. I want to show you, there's so much in this collection, and they're double-sided until you get to the metallic foil ones. Those are not double-sided. There's just one side with the foil and it's white on the other. Who'd want to not use these? Look at that, stunning. I love it. I love to wish a good Merry Christmas, wishing you a wonderful Christmas. Look at these gorgeous cards. You can cut them if you want to, but you don't need to. I think that's stunning. Oh my goodness. How do you pick? I don't know. Do you have to pick? You don't have to. Why? Because you're the boss. You're the boss of your creations, and that's awesome. So I'm just grabbing some aside. Now, what I'm not using right now, I'm going to put back into my box. Why? I always need to move things and clean up quickly, whether it's for dinner, because guests are coming over, just because I don't like the clutter, whatever it may be. That's just science. It needs to be easy. So we're going to start with something easy, really quick. We're going to take this note card and always double check that you know which way it's going to open. Then we're going to take this really pretty little card here, and we're going to put 4 dimensionals across the back. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. And I broke my nail off like like right to the bed sucks. Just that dry season, right? Like you're like, oh no. So this here, and then I just frame it. Look at that foil is designed to frame it already. I don't even have to think. I don't. It's fabulous. And I love this little reindeer. I thought, let's take it and jazz it up. So I peel back and allow the die cut to rise. And as he rises, I'm careful not to cut him or break any of his pretty little reindeers off. His little antlers. And then we're gonna pop him right on there. Right? Look how cute that is. But wait, let's take a look. How about these wonderful gems? Open them up. I often keep the plastic piece in the same box so that I can close them back up if I want to. Now, these are a little bit too big for the Rudolph's nose, but why not just add some fun? This is automatically just playing. If you ever were a scrapbooker back in the day, whether you wanted to be or you started projects and never finished them, I hear ya. That's how I got into card making. I'm gonna take my Take Your Pick tool and just give it a little bit of pressure. It's gonna rise this gummy piece right here. Just a little squeeze. Squeeze will do ya. And we're gonna grab some of these pretty sparkles. And let's go ahead and put a sparkle on the end of each foil sheet like that. You have 100, you guys. And with 20 note cards, you can easily create with little to no effort. You can see how fun it is to just take it up a notch. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now I'm gonna put that in the back of my box with my other note cards so that I'm ready to go. And then my grandmother always taught me the importance of writing a note inside of your Christmas cards, whether it's just a kind word or just something about your year or a memory that you have with somebody. Right now is the season to connect. Some of the highest depressions are this time of year, and you want to avoid that for people. So remind them of the good times. Now, it seems like a crime to cover up this foil. I know, I hear ya. But look at that. This carries on that same scrolly feel, and the scrolly makes me happy. And it's all about what makes me happy, whether I'm tired or whether I'm just needing some positive affirmation. If I create a handmade card, let me tell you, it makes me feel like I have done something awesome. And sometimes when you're raising children and you're cooking meals and you're married or not married, or you're just busy and you need to show some kind of effort that comes to fruition, this is the way to do it. Pop that on there. I order our family photos printed, and I love to slip them in with a little personal note on the back. My family loves that. So when you look here, you can see with all these gorgeous die cuts, you can easily add some fun embellishments to this. So I'm going to add these little bells. So you put them on, you gotta peel them off, like so. One, two, and odd numbers look best. 3. I think I'm going to let it overlap and kind of go like so. No, maybe not. I'm gonna roll it into here. So there's 3 on there, but guess what? I'm gonna grab that envelope. In this beautiful envelope, I'm gonna turn it over, and I'm going to take that other little bell, and I'm gonna stick it on the corner. No, I'm gonna stick it on the front. Oh, I don't wanna cover that foil is what it is. So right there. Now, knowing these two are gonna go together, I'm gonna slip this in so that when I look at this, the little bells ring something fun before they arrive. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that's easy, and it's in my box ready to go. I'm coordinated, I'm organized, and it takes little to no effort. So we're gonna grab another note card, and I like to alternate the way that cards open so that you're not doing the same thing. It's just a twist of your paper, but it really does deliver a lot. I'm going to grab, and we're gonna go extra wow. We're using a red and gold foiled note card here. You're welcome. So if I wasn't talking through this, I could mindlessly watch Good Bones on HGTV or Fixer to Fabulous. I love those shows. And I could put together all of our Christmas cards. Well, it makes me feel so empowered to get something that I can then send out to my family and friends. My crafting sisters also appreciate a handmade card, so I have a wonderful customer base, and I love thanking them with a beautiful handmade card. So we're going to make sure the card opens the way we want. Place the gold foil right across the front. And I have a lap board just like my grandmother did. It makes me so happy to give a nod to my Nana. So here, do I want to use that one? Why not? Look at this, I have an idea. So you can use multiple layers of Stampin' Dimensional adhesive. And I put it back on the tray, and when it's done, I have a little tray to hold and dump into my trash can. That way, I don't have any clutter, because it's not a pretty confetti. And we can finish putting this card together. I thought I was going to use the holly berries there, but guess what? I have the option of doing so in the next card. I'm going to place this right across the center. And I'm going to grab an embellishment. Look how the Sending You Christmas wishes will fit perfectly across the front of this little medallion here, this little label. So pretty! And I did little to no effort while I coordinated with the red behind it. Broke up the red and gold with this gorgeous green and all that scrolls. If you want to add a little zhuzh, all you've got to do is grab some of these red sparkly gold gems. Yes, you're welcome. Pop them on. And I use my Take Your Pick tool for a reason. First of all, that little putty just keeps growing, so if you squeeze too hard, it'll do that. But because of the tremor in my arm, I have a tendency to exhaust it and drop stuff. Don't exhaust and drop. Don't do it. Don't do it. So there you go. And it's so pretty. And there's gold inside of the red jewels, and you look like you did something big when you didn't. So easy. I'm going to put that in my box, and let's go ahead and finish these last cards right now. So you can see here how easy it is to create 20 cards immediately. You wow with embellishments, with coordinating products, and no effort. You can take any extra cards or die cuts, and you can embellish inside of your cards and on your envelopes. This is one of those things, and these are some of my favorite cards. Look at this one. Adding the little red jewels makes those holly berries really pop, and you can decorate the inside if you wish. It's hard to pick a favorite. It's kind of like my kids. I can't do that. But holly berries with the little red berries makes me so happy. And then you can see here the holiday cheer. Let your heart be light. I love that. I hope that this brightens your day. It's easy to send handmade Christmas cards. You can go ahead and create them with little to no effort, little to no mental capacity. So if you're tired, like I can often be, you want to look at these cards and you can be ready to go. Create them all in one quick show. Put them together. Show those that you love, that you care about them this season, that you went above and beyond to wow, and they're perfectly sized for you to add a photo to it or just a note. I still send a handwritten, well, not handwritten, I type it up, Christmas letter about what's going on with our family. My family loves to read those. My cousin Gary says I'm the only one who still does that. And that I keep a little story about each of our 6 kids and my husband and I update everybody about everything. Why? Because we don't always have time to connect. It's a wonderful way they can put the letters to the side and read them when they have time. I often read those letters in January when I get past the holidays. So here's 20 handmade cards with no effort in the basics of crafting and stamping. No stamping involved, I got it, but I'm ready to go. I'm gonna put it in my little box of happiness. And I have the extra cards and embellishments that I'm going to throw inside. So should I wish to put a die cut or any of these extra cards, a little extra note to somebody that's extra special in your thought process, I have a whole stack ready to go. Stick them in. Make sure my embellishments are inside, and my postage and my mailing labels are all ready to go. And I can sit down, whip out these cards, and really wow. And in a season where everybody needs to connect, this is a wonderful way to do so. So I hope that you enjoyed today's Basics of Stamping. How do I get started making handmade Christmas cards? Join us as we're going to take these extra embellished cards and we're going to make some great gift tags with them coming up this week. I love it. So our next project on this will take you right through how to utilize those extra cards to make a dynamic gift tag and gift bag. I hope that you're excited about that and you join us on Wednesday for Wild Card Wednesday as we do that, and they'll be ready for you. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, check it out on my blog at gettingcrafty.net, where I also have this full card making tutorial, and the supply list is on my blog as well as in the description below. Catch this next video, and if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe, hit that bell, and join us on our next Card Making Monday, Wild Card Wednesdays, or Stamping Stream Fridays as we come to you 3 times a week to create and connect in a variety of ways. Thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think. Was there one of these cards that was your favorite? And this is a wonderful way to get started in crafting. Thanks for joining me. Have a great one. God bless. Bye.